everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra Aneno and this is #everythingmama. I'm so excited to be with you once again and to have my lovely friend Pauline with us for the second week discussing raising a boy child the single way, part what? Part 2. Yes, so guys were in my inbox, were in her inbox, killing us over having part 2. They were like, we hope this is not the end, and because we are so kind and gracious, we've decided to do a part 2 of raising a boy child in a single way. Pauline, where are we?
We are at Aneno Coffee at the Design Hub. Very beautiful, relaxing place. Christmas is up in the air already.
They were so gracious to allow us to shoot our YouTube video from here, so we are giving them a shout out.
Very kind.
Specifically, they asked us to talk about the Ultimate Enduro Cycle Club, which is happening every Saturday and Sunday. They're doing pickups and drop-ups, social rides, 7 a.m. They pick you up. So if you're interested, check out their social media at Enduro Coffee to find out more. Otherwise, let the serious stuff begin.
Okay.
So Pauline, I told you this week how we would shoot part 2 is I would read out some mother and son quotes, and then I would want you to weigh in on how realistic they are, if you have applied this in your life, if this has happened in your life. But most of all, this is to lead to the main discussion, which is parenting with emotional intelligence. What does emotional intelligence look like? Where does it start from? What are its benefits? And basically, what does it look like? So, Pauline, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Quote number 1. Yes. Even more than the time when she gave birth, a mother feels her greatest joy when she hears others refer to her son as a wise, learned one. For a fact, I know this is true because last week you said your children are either a treasure or
a trophy.
So have a go.
Well, just to echo it, a mother is, even more than the time when she gave birth. A mother feels great joy when she hears others refer to her son as a wise man. Very true. To be honest, there's no mother out there who wants any other person to say ill stuff about their child, especially their son, because you have the intention to raise your son in the way you want them to be. And for me, it is the God way. And I want somebody out there to be able to say, wow, Joshua is a godly man, because he uses the value, the godly principles I have taught him to teach him the values that he needs to learn and understand as he goes along in his journey. I honestly would love someone to say that is when I will know that my work is going into good use, that my efforts are not in vain. They are not in vain, that I'm actually doing a good job, and we need that encouragement. To be honest, single mothers out there are doing an incredible job, and I salute them for giving their very best to raise their sons the best way they know how. So if I hear another mother or any other person say good things about my child and that they're really doing an amazing job, it really boosts my spirits.
So what does it look like for a mother to be doing her best? I know there's standards. People will set standards that you have. For you to be a good mother, you have to do this. Or for you to be a good father, it looks like this. Forgetting that everybody's journey is unique. Everybody's journey is different. So I'm so glad that you are actually in agreement that there's something different when someone else sees in your child a seed that you have been sowing, and they're seeing it blossom, and they're seeing it.
And that's very true. As you say that, every mother is unique and totally different, and nobody can teach you how to be a mother.
True.
Right from the beginning.
I feel like it's you learn on the job.
You learn on the job.
You learn on the job.
Actually learn on the job. No one can tell you have to wake up at this time to prepare this kind of food, to exercise and take care of yourself, rest, and be intentional about A, B, C, D. You have to be alert.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to learn to be the best mother
For your child.
for your child. And
I
just
think-
like you have said, yes, you know, just like you have said, that being a good mother is learning to be good at everything you do in relation to raising your son. Yes. If it's praying, how well are you praying with your child? Are you praying together or are you praying by yourself? Are you reading the Word of God together or, you know, you're doing it for yourself?
Yes.
When you go to the supermarket or to the playground and you want him to learn a skill, you know, a principle or something, yeah? Are you being an example?
Yes. Are
You
you?
know? Are you being an example?
So it starts with you.
It starts with you. Yeah.
Oh my God, which brings me to this. The second quote.
Yeah.
It says that this takes me back to last week. Last week when we were preparing to shoot part 1, Pauline and I were talking and I was speaking her mind on some of the, okay, not really mistakes, but some of the things that we as parents and then as single mothers,
Yeah.
you get should not do. I don't want to. I don't know how else. Like the mistakes.
avoid,
okay,
to
things
avoid.
to avoid.
Yeah.
And Pauline said, for her message is mothers never give up on your
No matter
children.
what.
So this is the quote. A mother is always proud of her son, not because he has achieved something, but because he has become her son. Isn't that deep? Talk
It
about
is.
that sonship that
It
you
is.
were talking about.
Yeah.
Please, delve away.
Just reiterating what I spoke about the last time. One of the mistakes we make as single mothers is we feel sorry for ourselves.
The victimization.
Yes, we
Pity
feel
party.
sorry for ourselves a lot. We try and create a pity party for ourselves to have everyone, feel like, oh my goodness, how are you dealing with this? It spills over to your child. True. It spills over to your son in your emotions and how you express yourself in certain things.
I love that you say emotions because we are heading in that direction of emotional intelligence. So I was saying thank you so much for talking about emotions. That's like where we had interjected because this leads us to the nyama of
Yes,
the episode,
the
which
meat.
is about emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
So the quote in relation to that is this. It says, I will always need my son no matter what age I am. My son has made me laugh, made me proud, seen me cry, made me cry, hugged me tight, seen me fail, cheered me on and kept me on my toes, and at times has driven me crazy.
Yes.
But my son is a promise that I will have a friend for forever.
And if your child does not drive you crazy, you're doing nothing.
You're doing nothing, by the way. I read about it.
Yes, if they don't drive you crazy, you're doing nothing.
That means you're just comfortable,
You've got to
complacent,
have a
anything
headache.
goes.
You know, you've got to have a story to tell. Like,
I know.
Man, you have no idea where we came from.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's very true. Going back to the Bible and understanding what motherhood means.
Yes.
It means you understanding what God created you to be in the life of your child. You are a teacher. Yes. See, I told you. You have to teach your child different ways for them to be emotionally alert at all times.
Yes.
And that begins with you being an example. Joshua knows when I am angry,
Yes.
he knows when I am happy, he knows when I am disgusted. Even just sitting on a board and a guy hits me on a hump, he'll take on a board, chichi.
Okuba mama wange muchinya.
He literally says, slow down. You know, you're not being kind.
Yeah.
So it goes from you teaching yourself to be the best and you teaching your child.
So what does emotional intelligence look like to you? Like what is emotional intelligence?
For me, in how I have raised Joshua, it is the ability for my child to be so confident about himself at any given situation to understand and know that he's not perfect.
Yes.
He's going to make mistakes.
Yes.
He's his own individual because he's trying to learn who he is, what he likes, what he would like to become, you know, and so allowing him to make mistakes.
Yes.
Allowing him to fail.
That's the thing I was telling you, that parents today, we've reached that zone. And I think even for me, I have to keep reminding myself that it's okay for Maria to see me fail. You get? I don't have it all figured out. And I feel like it's a very big weight that we put on ourselves as parents, first of all, and then even more as a single parent, to have some sort of invisible standard that you have to be on all the time, and present this picture to your child that I am superwoman. You get? I do not fail. I do not experience anger. I do not experience impatience. Forgetting that if you are not aware of those emotions within yourself, then you cannot understand them when they manifest in your child.
You're very right, because many times when I'm rebuking Joshua about certain things, I speak to the child in me first.
Yes.
I literally speak to the child in me first. How do you think he's feeling right now at that moment? So I normally use the C's to help me tackle the emotional guidance with him.
Yes.
You know how you take a picture and crop up, at a certain, image you want,
and cut out everything.
Exactly. When a situation happens in my son's life, I crop, literally, I crop the emotion and help him get aware of it. It's like, Joshua, are you angry? Why are you angry? As in, what has driven to you feeling
that way,
angry?
Yeah.
And then he will tell me. He will tell me, I am angry because A, B, C, D.
But now you see that is because even you as an individual, as a mother, you're in a place where you're self-regulating. You're in a place where you're practicing empathy, self-awareness. So if you, the parent, do not have that emotional intelligence, you're not aware of your own emotions, you're not aware of how to express them in a way that exercises empathy and is fair, then even your child will not know what to do when those emotions arise.
Like the saying goes, you cannot pour from an empty cup. True. You cannot tell your child to be what you have not been practicing.
And when they say children don't do what we tell them to do, but they do what they see us do.
Literally. Because I have caught my son thousands of times, and even the people who know me go like, you're beginning to sound like your mom.
Which is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, because he is watching, me. So I have to be very careful. Even in how I express myself. I express myself when I'm angry. When somebody insults me, what do I do? How? Because I know he's watching. He's watching. As in, how does my mom behave when she's angry? When she's disgusted? When there are times I have caught myself when I'm about to flare off. And never at any time. Yes. Never at any time has my son dismissed my emotions.
Oh yes.
He's never dismissed my emotion. He will literally come and say, Mom, why are you angry? Who has made you angry? As in, do you need anything? He will automatically find ways to see how I can calm down.
Yeah.
And that for me echoes the quote that you have talked about. That my son understands when I am hurting and that I need him.
Yeah.
And as parents, we need to teach our children how to honor us at every level in life. I'm working so hard to give him the best.
Yeah.
So he cannot just come out of the blue and start saying, Mom, I need A, B, C, D. Can you make it work and happen?
And make it happen fast.
Instead of, I'll just give a quick,
Today, the basketball thing. The basketball thing, yes.
So yes, I come here, I leave all my work obligations, and I want to, help him to understand that I am here for you.
Yes.
And so I took him for a haircut because he was, ready for a haircut.
Yes.
And he's always, I'm honestly taking him to the mama mdogo, like for
Mama,
2K.
hey.
And they do an amazing job.
They do,
you know?
by the way.
But this time around, I just wanted to give him a good feel
A
of
different experience.
yes, like man, feel good about yourself. Took him to Sparkle Salon. That place Sparkle.
It does. The lights are so bright there.
We go into Sparkle Salon at the doorway, and he's like, "Mommy, what are we doing here?" And I tell him, "You're going to have a haircut." This place looks really
Tell
nice.
them the first question we asked you guys.
Yeah, the first question is, Mom, do we have the money for it? Can we afford it?
Imagine a child. Oh, that's
like,
powerful.
wow, yeah, I worked for it. I can afford it. It's like, okay. And then
I
he was
want to
very,
do this for
yes,
you.
like I really wanted to do this for you. That's why I brought you here. He was really, really happy and excited. Also, I want a mohawk that looks like this.
I
I'm
saw
like,
his haircut.
yo.
It's dope.
And I let him be. Even the barber who was doing the whole magic, was saying that's what he wants. That's what he wants to experience. I just kept saying, Baby, don't make him look like he has lost his mind. Give him a nice haircut that he will really love.
look.
Yeah, so he really enjoyed the experience. But he understood that I am hustling,
Yeah.
I am really working hard to give him the best. And he knows when I have little and when I have enough or much. Yeah.
Do you think that one, I want to believe that you've raised your son putting honesty at the forefront. And I think that is something that a lot of parents withhold from their children. We hide so many things from our children, thinking either, I don't know why we think our kids do not
Don't
understand.
They click.
I don't know
They
why
are
we
so
treat
smart.
our kids like either they don't understand
so smart.
or they can't comprehend. But you'd be shocked when you actually. I sit down with Maria and I tell her, she'll be like, I want gummy bears, want this, and I'll tell her we cannot afford it.
Yeah.
I'll be so bold and ask her, do you have money? Do you work? So we had ended and I was telling you about how parents these days, myself included, sometimes I catch myself in that zone where we treat our kids like they don't understand, like they can't understand maybe the concept of lack. You get that there's no money in this season, and that is why we are unable to afford those gummy bears you want or that shoe that you're dying for. To put your child in a state where they understand that mommy would actually do anything for me. But if she's not buying for me that shoe that I want right now, it's because she doesn't have.
At the moment.
At the moment,
Yeah.
yes. Sometimes Maria will tell me, when we get money, then we shall buy the gummy bears. I'm like, yes, the money is not there currently, but when it comes, then we're able to afford those things
That's very true.
that you want.
And I was actually telling you earlier that when we live realistic lives as parents towards our children,
Realistic. I love that you've used that word.
our children are able to live open-minded lives. Why? Because if they are able to go through a situation, how can they dive into the ocean of that situation and dig out the feeling that's going on in their mind?
Yes.
And to be able to actually crop it out and
Be
say,
like,
this
it is
is
anger.
what, yes, I
It
am
is
angry,
sadness.
I am
I'm
sad, I'm
frustrated.
disappointed.
Yes.
Yeah. So then, how do you bring that to the table and help the child say it's okay to be
feel like
angry?
that? Yes.
It is okay to be disappointed, and that is where you bring the connection of your life to the child. If they haven't seen you experience a certain situation that explains directly what they're feeling, you bring an example. You talk about a situation that you went through in your life to bring the full picture of how you were able to deal with the anger, the disappointment, the frustration. So they go like, oh wow, you mean you actually went through that? Even you also?
Mom.
Yeah, so that brings me to when you crop out the emotion the child is going through, before you criticize, comfort. Help them to understand that you understand.
Yes.
That you know
What they're
that
going through.
yes, you know what they're going through. We have a very painful way of dismissing children's emotional issues.
Speaking of which, that is empathy in itself,
yes.
right? And empathy is one of the characteristics of emotional intelligence. Someone who is emotionally intelligent will practice empathy. You get wanting to put yourself in the other person's shoes.
Hold them out and say, hey, I am so sorry you feel this way.
It feels good, by the way, even
like
as an adult, when someone tells you, I understand what you're feeling, I've gone through it, and this is how we can, come out of it stronger. It feels so good. So imagine how much better it must feel for your child or your son to know that, oh my God, Mama understands, Daddy understands. Don't you think it creates like an emotionally safe environment for them to be able to come to you and open up about particular things
and that's
instead of hiding them?
Exactly. And that's what I was going to come to. That when you comfort a child, they automatically release themselves to you because they know you understand, you're not pushing them away. You are willing and welcoming, and that you are able to hear them not just out from their, outbursts, but you're also able to understand that, okay, as much as I am being empathetic, I'm going to comfort you, but I'm also going to cut out the things that have driven to that emotion.
That is
to help you, to help you understand that it's not the behavior that's the issue. It's the...
So you're basically trying to find the root
cause
of that emotion. Where is it coming from?
Deep in the heart. Because it's what do you call it? It's the conflict that's in your heart that's driving you to behave the way you are behaving. That, if you read very well in James chapter 4, it says, where do you think all these conflicts come from? It is from those inner desires. For you to feel loved, wanted, heard, accepted, affirmed.
So when those emotions are not met, then that is when these other things begin to manifest. But there is an underlying cause.
And when God says that it's okay to be angry, but don't let the sun set down on your anger. Why? Because He wants you to learn to understand, get self-awareness of what the issue is all about, and say it's fine. It's okay to be angry, but now what caused that anger? You need to deal with that. That's the conflict in the heart. Because when you help a child to deal with the conflict in the heart, then he's able to know how to behave. Oh, he pushed me to the edge. I got angry because somebody else messed him up. So he was trying to find somebody to spill.
Hurt people.
That's when you begin to realize that, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that somebody had messed you up.
This is how you actually become empathetic towards someone who has harmed you, because you understand where they came from to do what they have done to you.
And hopefully that they can be able to understand that. But it comes from you, the parent.
Thank you.
Learning to know and understand that you were once a child and you went through these things, and you have to learn to be patient with your own child's rhythm.
So guys, listen. Emotional intelligence in parenting begins with the self. That is Pauline as a mother, that is me as a mother, that is you as a person, even if you're not a parent, because it affects us all. It's important to understand your own feelings about your emotions, and to learn that self-understanding comes from you recognizing your own feelings first before you even bring this child into the picture. Once you have understood your own emotions, that's when you're coming to let your child know that it's okay for you to feel angry. It's okay for you to be sad. It's okay for you to be confused. Now, what has caused that anger, and how are we going to react when we become angry?
Exactly. Because you want your child to be at a place where their IQ is not just that they are smart in school, they understand so many things around them, but that even their emotional intelligence goes along with their mental health, and it improves that, because then you are able to have a boxing ring in the child's mind. They know how and when to attack.
And what to let bother them.
Exactly. As in, I always ask my son, for as long as it does not matter to you, at that moment, don't fight it. The moment you allow for it to matter, then you are going to
You're giving
go
it so
out,
much power, by the way.
exactly, into an outrage of sorts, and you're going to let yourself do things that you did not want to do.
So you'll be run or driven by your emotions because you've not put them under control.
If it won't matter to you tomorrow, why are you hustling it now, today?
Yes.
You know, somebody has hurt you so bad. How is it going to help you to hurt them back? Cool down.
Deepens the wound.
Exactly. Like, cool down and try to understand, why did that person hurt me?
Yeah.
Did they do it intentionally? Yeah.
What zone were they in?
Yeah.
when
How
this
do you help your child to do that? And I use a lot of questions. I use a lot of questions.
Today
to
we have
help.
learned that there is no harm in asking questions.
Yes.
Ask as many questions as you possibly
Yes.
can.
I use a lot of questions to constructive questions to ask Joshua to kind of draw his anger. And I learned this even from teaching the children in Sunday school and serving at an organization. I was given the privilege to work with the children called Sandra.
Yes.
They ask the children to draw their anger.
It's very interesting. And you
express their heart. Is it an orange? Is
Yes.
it a lemon?
pineapple?
Is it a pineapple? As in your joy, is it a banana? Is it a mango? Basically, helping the child to bring out the image of what they're feeling.
What they're
so
feeling,
that
yes.
if your joy is a mango, what do you do? Oh man, I ate it joyfully.
Yes.
You know,
because it's juicy and tasty.
So yeah, somebody throws a lemon at you, what do you do?
The bitter one. You make lemonade.
What? Some kids don't think that.
Yes.
You know. So helping a child to become emotionally intelligent is helping them to understand that they're not perfect, that they're going to go through things in life, mistakes. Yes.
Fail.
How do you help them learn? They need to learn from you as kids. Do not dismiss their emotional symptoms.
I think the other thing that I've just thought about now while we were talking is, do you envision that I'm trying to look at how we can have children and parents not abuse the freedom that comes with being emotionally intelligent. Like there might be kids who will take advantage of their parents because their parents have created an environment that is emotionally safe, so they know where to press and what not to. So I think what I'm trying to pick your mind on is how to let your child know it is okay to fail, it is okay to do this, but still keeping them within the disciplines of you have to still keep driving on, keep pushing forward, don't give up, all those things. How would you?
3 C's and 1 R. No, 3 C's and 1 P.
Yes.
CCP, right? I communicate my principles and I consistently walk through them with my son. And then I challenge him through it and pray with him at the end of it all.
CCP.
Yep, that is like a wrap up for me. Communicate what you want your child to understand. You cannot discipline a child about something you've not communicated to him or her. Because that's being self.
I told you not to do this, and then your child is like, I didn't even know that
I
was
know.
that was not allowed in this house.
That is being so cruel, by the way. You can't expect your child to deliver where you have not invested.
Yes.
Yeah. So communicate the principles, the values, that which you want your child to begin working on.
Yeah.
And then be consistent on both ends, expecting him to understand that this is what we laid out.
Yes.
That anytime he tries to be smart, or copy, or
I have it all figured out. I know what to press.
I know what buttons to press. You bring him back and say, what did we agree? And never agree in your head with your child. Agree together.
Communicate goes back to communication.
Agree together,
yes.
and then make sure that he echoes what you have communicated.
I think we did that yesterday with Maria.
Yes.
Yeah, communicate that. What did I explain? Oh, mommy, you said ABC. Is like, okay, I think you've twisted it. What did I say exactly? Because it has to be to the core. What did I say exactly? And what did you understand by what I said?
Yes.
So can he be able to echo what you have communicated in how he understands it? Then you say, all right, are we agreeing
Yes.
on that? Okay, what are we agreeing to? And why are we honestly placing these boundaries?
Why are these values important for us?
Do you know
to
why?
live by?
So that your son does not say you're putting words into his mouth. So that it comes out of him.
See how you remind him. Remember last time we agreed, and then there is no way out of it because he
And you
actually
cannot
did.
go around,
Yes.
in circles saying that, oh, sorry, I forgot. No, we agreed. Meaning that if you forgot, then I will remind you.
Yes.
But we
agreed.
And then challenge him. When opportunities come, when Joshua gets into a situation where I know the principle we've laid out is going to be challenged, I said, okay, all right, what happened?
Yeah.
Give him opportunity to explain himself. So,
I want to hear. Don't you explain to me? Yes, sometimes I can be tough on Maria.
Where did we put the road? Yeah, go fetch it. As we talk, let it be here. You have
Stickler, is
already,
that your stickler?
you know.
You have a stickler?
Yeah, so I don't, bring out the stickler. That's
I
an
call it
interesting.
stickler. Maria knows it. Like Mama stickler.
Oh dear. Well, the chopper works for us. Like it stinks in
It does.
Anyways, yeah. So the chopper only comes out when he has really crossed the line.
Yeah.
We come to giving him the challenge. Pray together.
Yeah.
Because he's not perfect and he needs God's support. Pray with him.
Yes.
Pray. Pray with your son.
Yes.
They will understand that it's not easy and you cannot do it on your own. You need a higher power to help you through.
Yes. So in conclusion, I think Pauline and myself are just re-echoing that it's very good for us to be in a space where we are honest with our kids, where we are setting principles and boundaries and values together. Because like she said, you cannot pour from an empty
It's a journey
You can't
together.
pour from an empty cup. Yes. So you want to impart things in your child, but your child is also seeing in you. Kind of like be an example. Right? So guys, girl of Pauline, thank you so much, Pauline, for agreeing
having
to
me.
do part two with me. It has died.
Giving you half flowers.
Hey, Joyful is giving her flowers. See what the flowers looking
Oh, and I love flowers. You do.
I do.
You really do.
So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. The weirdest thing happened today. We met a single father at Aneno.
Yeah.
So next week, hopefully, we might be hosting a single
See how
father
God
to
connects the
balance
dots.
the boat.
Yes.
To
Yes.
balance the boat. So be excited for it. I'm excited for it. Pauline, are you excited?
I am. You're doing an amazing job. I'm not a man. No.
Thank you. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, what are you waiting for? Hit
Yeah.
subscribe. Thank you so much for all the feedback. Thank you so much, Pauline.
Oh, is this where we had?
It is.
Today.
Thank you.
Good job.
Bye,
job.
everybody.
Thank you, guys.